Hello, Robins. This is Mrs. Isaacs here. I'm going to read you a story. This story is called Space Tortoise. So let's have a look at him, shall we? Can we have a look at this front cover? Oh, look at him. He is super duper ready to go out into space. And this book is written by... Look, here are the authors' names, and the authors are the people that wrote the book. And this is by Ross Montgomery and David Litchfield. Oh, look at all these stars. We've been looking at stars, haven't we, in school? Let's find out what happens. This is the title page, and look, it has the title again, Space Tortoise. There he is. Let's have a look at this picture here. Can you see the tortoise? What's he in? What's over here? Do you recognise any of these things? What can you see? I think I can see lots of grass that's got really long over a playground. Look, there's a roundabout and climbing frame and a slide and swings that are very dark. So it looks dark, and lots of grass that looks a bit overgrown, so it looks really long, and lots of stars. So I wondered, this must be night time. Once, in an old rusty bin, in an old rusty playground, in an old empty park, there lived a little tortoise. Oh, look at him here. He's looking very chilled out and relaxed, isn't he? Oh, I wonder if it's his little home. Look, looks very cosy, doesn't it? Very cosy and snug. And look, little pictures of a TV, and he's relaxed back. He looks very relaxed with his arms behind his head and his legs crossed, doesn't he? And look, he's smiling. He looks very happy and content, doesn't he? Ooh. Content. I like that word. It means he's feeling very happy and satisfied. The tortoise's bin was cosy, warm and dry all year round, even in winter. What more could a little tortoise need? Oh, look at him here. He's going for a walk, isn't he? But the tortoise never saw any other animals in the park. Sometimes he would search for them in the long grass. Oh, it does look long, doesn't it? And on top of the slide. And under the swings. Anybody under there? No. But he never found them. Oh, poor tortoise. Oh, look. One night, the tortoise was gazing up at the sky. Look at him looking up at the sky. Look at those candles glowing up there. And look, the tortoise is holding a candle. And Mrs. Isaacs is thinking to herself that the tortoise is looking up and he's saying, "Look at those candles glowing up there." What does he think are candles that are glowing up there? I think he thinks the stars might be candles in the sky, glowing in the sky. I wonder. "Look at those candles glowing up there," he said to himself. "That must be where the other animals are. I wish I could join them." But how could a little tortoise get to the top of the sky? The next day, the tortoise found an old book in his bin. It was filled with pictures of space rockets. Look, there's a space rocket, and look, there's a spaceman. He must be an astronaut. So, that's what I need to get to the top of the sky, he said. But where will I find a rocket? Oh, look what he's wearing. Shall I see if I can hold this a bit closer? What's he got on his head? What does he look like? Let's have another look at the spaceman here, the astronaut. What's the same? The tortoise peeked out of his bin, and there, right in front of the moon, was a rocket. What does he think is a rocket? Shall we have a look at the picture? So there's the tortoise over there with his candle, and there's a great big moon. What's in front of the moon? Shall we have a look? Is it a rocket? The little tortoise picked up his candle and set off across the park. Soon the tortoise came to a desert. What do you think? Is it a desert? It does look very sandy. How big is the tortoise? What else can you see in the desert? Or what the tortoise thinks is a desert? It stretched far into the horizon, silent as a whisper. The horizon is like the line at the edge of the world you can see when you look far off in the distance, where the sun comes up and the sun goes down. He made his way across the dunes, past broken statues and crumbling castles. Interesting. Is that one of the crumbling castles? Where do you think he actually is? Is he in a desert? The tortoise came to a great, wide ocean. The wind had whipped the waves into a furious storm. I bet that is windy. Look at the water. Furious. That's a good word. Furious. That means it's an angry storm, a furious storm. The tortoise was afraid. But there was no turning back now. He found a boat and set its sails to the wind. At last, the tortoise came to the furthest shore. There was the rocket right in front of him. It towered above the little tortoise, too high to climb. Look, it is really tall. Look at the little tortoise down here, and this is towering above him. Look. But he had an idea. The tortoise searched through a bin until he found what he needed. Then he sewed and cut and tightened and twisted. Ooh, what's he making? Should we have a closer look? The balloon glowed like a tiny star as it carried the little tortoise up through the night sky. Look, up, 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 up. This must be what he was making. What has he made? He's made himself a balloon. A balloon. Have you been in a balloon? I haven't. But they go really high. The tortoise floated through the clouds, right up to the rocket's tip. But there was a problem. He couldn't see the cockpit anywhere, or the boosters, or the fuel tank. What's he talking about? What are those things? He couldn't see a cockpit, or any boosters, or a fuel tank. Oh yes, because he thinks this at the top of the tower is a rocket, and those are all parts of a rocket. Why can't he see the parts of a rocket, do you think? What is it really? What a strange rocket, said the tortoise. Is it a rocket? I'm sorry to disturb you, said a voice, but this isn't a rocket. I wonder who's speaking. The tortoise turned around. On the ledge was a tiny mouse. What are you doing up here? Said the tortoise, taken by surprise. He looks happy surprised, doesn't he? I'm looking at the stars, the mouse smiled. Beautiful, aren't they? Look, what's he holding? The tortoise frowned. Stars? You mean those lights up there aren't candles being held by other animals? No, said the mouse. There are no animals in the sky, just stars. The tortoise hung his head. Oh dear. And he turned away to go home. Oh, he thought that there would be some animal friends, didn't he? I think he feels a little bit disappointed. Wait, said the mouse. Why don't you stay for tea? My house is right there. See? Look, there's the mouse. There's the tortoise. And look how beautiful this looks. What can you see? Should we take a closer look? I can see birdhouses. Can you see these? Little birdhouses on the trees. I can see birds flying and butterflies flying. The tortoise couldn't believe his eyes. Behind the clock tower, on the other side of the park, there were hundreds of little animal houses, each one lit by a candle. In fact, the candles looked just like stars. Oh, and look how beautiful it looks. Can you see that? And I can see in the middle there the tortoise with his new friend. What do you think? Did you like that story?